Disclaimer: I do not recommend dabbling in these games, but if you feel the need to play these paranormal rituals and end up summoning an entity into your home or becoming injured, I will not be held responsible. With that said, let us begin. With Halloween around the corner, if you're like me, loving all things that are spooky and go bump in the night, this games may be your cup of tea. I'm sure most of you horror lovers have heard of the infamous Midnight Man and his game, but it's just so damn creepy I have to list it here anyway. If you aren't familiar with the rules and purpose of this game, I will go over all with you now. First things first, you will need 1 candle with candle holder, plenty of matches. You cannot substitute the matches for a lighter, a pen and paper, something to draw blood with, a wooden front door, and lastly, salt. Now that you have all your supplies, let's sort out what you'll be doing. Everything should be set up and ready before 12 a.m., as you won't have time to go back for anything once the game has begun. Write your name on the paper with the pen. Prick yourself and put a drop of blood on the paper. Gather the rest of your supplies. Place the paper with your name and blood in front of the wooden door. Turn off all your lights, electronics, everything. Light your candle. At 11:59, set your lit candle next to the paper and begin knocking on your door 22 times, completing the 22nd knock as the clock strikes midnight. After the 22nd knock, open your door, blow out your candle, close your door, and immediately relight your candle. Begin moving all over the house. Don't stop moving. Keep doing this until 3:33 a.m. The ritual itself is fairly simple, or so it seems. During the course of the game, be mindful of the following rules. It may save your life. Do not stay in one place for longer than a few seconds at most, or else the Midnight Man will catch you. Do not taunt the Midnight Man. If your candle goes out and you're unable to relight it, within about 15 seconds, stop what you are doing, draw a circle of salt around you, and do not move until 3:33 a.m. You'll know when the Midnight Man is near. You'll feel panic and dread, possibly hear voices, or see movement out of the corner of your eye, hear knocks and thuds throughout the house. Long story short, don't let him catch you. Some say he will make you hallucinate your greatest fears, or he will haunt you for the rest of your life. And others say he will rip out your organs, one by one, if he catches you. Good luck, my organ donors. The next creepy game on our list is One Man Hide and Seek. This is another game that has deep roots in being ritualistic. Necromancy, to be exact. In this game, you summon a spirit into the body of a doll, who then plays hide and seek with you. Seems innocent enough, but if you have a fear of dolls or mannequins, this may not be your cup of tea. Maybe your worst nightmare. Anyway, let's get going with the rules, shall we? Your supplies will consist of A doll, obviously. Scissors or something else sharp. Red thread and a needle. Rice. Hair and or nail clippings from yourself. Salt water in a cup. A bathroom. There's going to be a fair amount of work for this ritual, so you've been warned. An important note, you must name your doll. This will not work if you have not named the doll. Do not give the doll your name. Once you have everything, go into the bathroom and cut the doll open. Remove all the fluff and filling, then restuff it with the rice and hair or nail clippings. Sew the doll back up with the red thread and needle. Use any remaining thread to tie up the doll. Run a bath filled with water. Put the doll on the sink counter and go to your hiding spot. Place the cup of salt water and the sharp object on the floor of your hiding spot. Once the time reaches 3 a.m., you don't have to be in the same room as the doll for this. Say the name you gave to the doll 3 times. Go into the bathroom, put the doll into the water-filled tub, then turn off all the lights in your house. When you are done, return to your hiding spot. Turn on your TV, close your eyes, count to 10, then pick up the sharp object and go back into the bathroom. The doll should still be there. Call your doll by name and say, "I found you." After you say this, you have to stab the doll with the sharp object, then place the doll back onto the counter and run back to your hiding place. Do not take the sharp object back with you after you stab the doll. Now that you're in your hiding spot, remain silent. If anything happens to your TV flickering, images, turning itself off, that means the spirit in the doll is near. After you've been hidden for a bit, you have to take half, or as much as you can of the salt water into your mouth. Don't swallow it. Just hold it in your mouth, then go and search for the doll again. Make sure you bring the rest of the cup of salt water with you. Once you have found the doll hopefully still in the bathroom, you have to pour the rest of the salt water onto it. Spit the water in your mouth onto it and tell it, "I win 3 times. This ends the game." Once the game has ended, dry the doll and burn it. If there are any remains of the doll left, put salt on it and discard it far away. Some things to keep in mind during the game. If you have your phone, keep it on Do Not Disturb and have the brightness at its lowest. Do not use your phone unless you need to call for help. Try to stay as calm and as silent as possible, especially if you think it's in the room with you. Try to keep all the doors unlocked in case you need to run away at any time. This is only an emergency resort. Try not to leave the house at any point during the game. And lastly, keep some natural salt with you and line the door to the room you're in. Keep some religious tools with you if it makes you feel safer. Try not to hide in any places you could get stuck or cornered. Good luck hiding and seeking. Our next paranormal game is called Dry Bones. This game is very similar to One Man Hide and Go Seek, except you're summoning a demon instead of a wandering spirit. This game also has a few elements of the midnight game, so it's time to break out your matches and candle again. The summoning process for this one is freakishly simple. You begin by turning off all your lights. lighting your candle, and going into your bathroom or any room with a mirror at 12:01 a.m. We're going to go a little Bloody Mary now. You're going to stare at your reflection until you can feel a presence in the mirror. Once you know there's something other than yourself in that mirror, you're going to do the dumbest thing known to mankind. You're going to tell the demon I acknowledge your presence. I welcome you into my home for a game of hide and seek until 3 a.m. Come in now. After that last word has been spoken, you're going to grab your shit, hopefully. There's none in your pants, and try to be as quiet as possible while you find your hiding spot. It must be a good hiding spot, as your very life and soul is on the line here. If this demon catches you, I picture your house would look like a real-life Doom level if you miraculously don't get caught by 3 a.m. Go to the biggest room in your house and announce that the game has now ended and whatever monstrosity you brought into your home is no longer welcome here and must leave. You'll most likely hear the demon before it leaves, so don't jump when you hear something right behind you. I suppose I should mention why anyone would play this game. If you win, the demon will have to grant you a wish. Anything you want will be yours, material or otherwise. Maybe you could wish for a clean pair of pants. See you in hell if you lose. Our next paranormal game is called the Closet Game. Your supplies you need are simple enough. You will need a closet, of course. A match, something to light the match. Basically, you step into your closet with an unlit match, then say the words, "Show me the light," or "Leave me in darkness." You should hear a demon whisper to you probably something along the lines of "Surprise, dumbass." When you hear it whisper, you must immediately light your match and step out of your closet. If you lit the match in time and didn't get pulled into hell by a closet demon, then congratulations. You played and won the game. Yep, that's it. Oh, and by the way, never open up your closet in the dark again, or you risk meeting the demon you invited into your closet. On second thought, you might as well just board the closet shut. Not unless you'd rather risk leaving the door cracked open for a demon to come out and stare at you while you sleep. Our next paranormal game is called the 11-Mile Game. This is another game to get something you deeply desire, but just like dry bones, the stakes are high. To do this ritualistic game, you need a car or a motorcycle if you have a death wish. Let's start with how to find 11 Mile Road. Keep in mind this is a one-person trip only, no friends allowed. To find the road, you need to begin your drive at night. Try to choose a late time, where there's little to no other drivers on the road. Find a back road inside some dense woods. It has to be inside the forest, not outside or around it. Once you're inside the woods, begin driving down the desolate roads until your intuition tells you you've found 11 Mile Road. Keep your mind and eyes open. You'll know the road when you find it. I will be attaching it down below the 11 Mile Game video I created if you are serious about this one. Now that you have found the road, you can begin driving down it right away, or take a moment to stop the car and collect your thoughts. This is the only time during the drive you can stop the car or turn back. Choose wisely. If you've chosen to drive the road, before I'll go over what you can expect and the rules you need to follow, or you are doomed. Do not listen to music or turn on the radio at all. Do not open your doors or windows. Do not stop the car, especially to investigate anything you might hear or see inside the car or outside. Just keep going. Do not use a phone or any other device. And finally, do not drive faster than 30 miles per hour. This one is mainly a safety hazard for you and your car. Okay, now that we've gone over the warnings, here's what to expect now that you've begun your 11-mile drive. First mile, nothing much will happen. It may get cold. You can turn on the heat if it gets too cold. Keep driving. Second mile, same as the first mile. Keep driving. Third mile, you will begin to see movement around you. Don't take your eyes off the road. Ignore all movement. Keep driving. Fourth mile, ignore any voices. Keep driving. Fifth mile, if the trees around you seem to start diminishing, you see a lake, or you see the bright glow of the moon, don't stop driving. No matter how pretty and random it may seem, keep driving. Sixth mile, the trees will return and the stars will disappear. You're back in the forest. Ignore the flickering of your headlights. Ignore whatever your radio tells you. Do not attempt to turn off the radio. Keep driving. Seventh mile, keep ignoring the voices, even if they're coming from your backseat. Do not turn around. Keep driving. Eighth mile, do not stop driving, no matter what. Even if your flickering headlights make it hard to see in front of you, slow down, but do not stop driving. Don't stop for anything. No exceptions. Keep driving. Ninth mile, your vehicle may stall. Close your eyes if your vehicle stops. Don't open them for any reason until your car starts. Once your car starts, slam on the gas and keep driving. 10th mile, don't look in your mirrors. Not even to look in your backseat. Keep driving. 11th mile, your vehicle will stall again in front of a red light. Do not look at it. Close your eyes, cover your ears. Whatever you have to do, just don't open your eyes until your vehicle starts again. Ignore the voices. Ignore whatever is grabbing you. Ignore everything no matter what. Once your car restarts, keep driving a little further. Continue driving further until you reach the dead end up ahead. Here is where you make your wish. Don't just wish for it. Envision it. Imagine it's with you now. If you wished for something small enough to fit in your pocket, check there. If you wished for something bigger, check your backseat or your trunk. If you wish for something that isn't material, then go back home and wait. It'll come to you very soon, but is there a price, and was it worth it? Now you can live with the major PTSD and whatever else follows you from your journey. Then you can live happily with your newly gained wish, or you can gladly go down 11 Mile Road again. And here we are at our final paranormal ritual called Bloody Mary. Alright, before you all start yelling at me in the comments about how this game is bogus and not scary at all, hear me out. You've probably been playing it wrong the whole damn time. So put away your meat cleavers and pitchforks. Bloody Mary wasn't summoned for the purpose of eye gouging or other bloody reasons. She was summoned for the purpose of showing a woman her future. The woman would do a candlelit ritual. And, if executed correctly, she would either catch a glimpse of her future husband's face, or she would see a skull representing the Grim Reaper, indicating she would die before marriage. Much less horrifying, and way more depressing than today's version, if you ask me. Since I know this is what you all are waiting for, I'll detail the spooky Bloody Mary ritual. For this ritual, you'll need a mirror, candles, preferably black, yellow, purple, or white, matches or a lighter. If you aren't spiritual, then the candle color isn't important. But recommend having a black candle to protect and absorb negativity, or a simple white candle to protect is something I think you should have regardless of your spirituality. To play Bloody Mary, you need to turn off all the lights in the house, or at least in the room you'll be in. This ritual is best performed during the late hours, 12 a.m. to 3:03 a.m. Arrange all but one of your candles around your mirror. On the sides of your mirror can be in a shrine formation, or just so you can see a little the last candle you're going to hold while doing the ritual. Light all the candles, including the one you're holding. Try to calm yourself. Once you're grounded and calm, close your eyes and begin spinning in a circle while chanting Bloody Mary 13 times. Try and visualize an entity as you chant her name. After the 13th chant, open your eyes and face the mirror if you aren't already. You will either see her form in the mirror, or only catch a glimpse of a shadowy figure leaving your mirror before she mauls you. Those who have seen her and survived her encounter have described her as a rotting skeletal figure with nothing more than bloody bones, long sharp nails, some rotting flesh, and clumps of matted, bloody hair. Some say she's eyeless, and others say she wears the eyes of her past victims. Still, others say she will drag you into the mirror to live with her forever. Well, there you have it. 6 paranormal ritualistic games that could bring you to untimely demise. This, my dear friends, is why I don't play paranormal games. Have you tried any of these games? Please comment below. Stay safe, my little ghosties and ghouls. One final note, give my regards to Satan for me.